Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Greetings and hello.
Hello. It's another short one today.
It
Another short
is,
one.
it is. And this time, it's because of me not being at home. I'm
Yeah.
recording on this most scuffed fucking setup you've ever seen.
I don't even know how the setup looks. I haven't seen it yet. I'm sure it's pretty fucking bad.
Oh, it's bad. My
Oh.
laptop is a piece of shit.
Oh, right, it's the laptop. Yes, it's the laptop. That's why it's
It's
scuffed.
a laptop with scorch marks.
Oh God. Imagine
Did I
playing.
not tell you about the
You,
scorch
you
marks on the
have you, you
laptop?
have you have. Imagine
I
playing
haven't
Baldur's
mentioned it
Gate
in
on
the
that.
podcast. No, it wouldn't load. It would not load.
PC would explode.
I can't tell you what game did melt the laptop though.
I think you told me, but I forgot.
Is Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Oh, yeah, I think you told me when you told me to buy it on sale.
Yeah. So my laptop's legitimately melted and okay, like it's bulging in certain
Oh
places and there are
God.
scorch marks.
That's like that's like body horror, but for a computer.
Oh, trust me, if any lover of computer and tech would cry at the sight of my laptop. I should post a picture of it at some point.
You can send me a photo of it and I could put it in the podcast. We could do that afterwards though. If we remember to put in the photo, if you remember to take the photo, I'm putting it in right now.
Okay.
Okay.
I should also send the photo of my mom's keyboard because my mom has a gaming keyboard. You could
Like
actually
it
pull it
lights
up
up.
on screen because I got the name of it here. It's the Hermes M5A.
Okay, hold on, let me pull this up. Hermes M5A.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's orange.
It's
Ew.
backlit with lights that
This is
move.
disgusting. This is a
What do you mean
gross.
this is
No,
disgusting?
it's orange. Why the fuck is it orange with the RGB like purple lights and shit? This is
The
a clash
lights
of colors.
like pulse and they move and they
I have that too on mine, but I don't have like orange keys. It's just black with the pulsing. I like the black and the orange, but the backlights don't need to be there.
yeah. So when I bought my gaming PC, I got this keyboard for free. But I like my keyboard. So I gave this to my mom, and she's been using this for work, like office job work at home.
That's really funny. I'm just imagining like my mother. She just started working from home also. She just started working with a computer at home. I'm just imagining her job giving her like an RCX Racher chair and like the fucking like cat headphones.
You know what you'll love about this keyboard, though?
What is it?
So I don't know if it's going to be picked up,
Oh, is it clicky
but
clacky?
it is super clicky clacky. It
I
is.
love clicky clacky. Like
Can
hold
you
up.
hear that?
No, I can't, sadly.
All right, then things are cutting it out. But maybe if I talk while I
Oh, I can hear it, yeah. I can faintly, it's very faintly hear
no, this thing like rings through the house. You can hear it
it.
being typed on downstairs.
I love clicky clacky keyboards.
It kills me.
The creamy ones I like too, though. Those are fine. I just like noises. I like touching things and making a noise when things happen. I'm very autistic.
Yes, well, I don't like the clicky clacky keyboards because it's just I like my sound.
Your sound, like,
Yes, like I choose what sound I want to hear. It's why I'm
mm,
permanently on a headset because I get to determine what I hear.
I see.
Even like Discord sounds, like Discord notifications, if there's too many Discord notifications, I just mute the server.
Mm. I just go into do not to do not disturb until it's like done going boop 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 boop.
But on the note of where I am taking care of 3 dogs, 2 cats, and the house.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
I
Just,
burnt down
just
that fucking tree.
burnt that fucking tree to the ground. It didn't stand a chance.
Don't you bring Christmas here.
Christmas
Not even the
time.
fucking first week of December is
It's
finished.
the
And you
Christmas
cannot
time.
care.
It's,
Christmas dog already kills me.
I love Christmas. It's my favorite time of year, maybe besides Halloween. Definitely, other than but second to Halloween, Christmas is my favorite time of year. The stretch from like October to December, those three
The
months.
only good thing about Christmas is that it's a second opportunity in the year to watch The Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's not true. The best part of Christmas is Christmas.
No. You see, I posted the Christmas song in your server as well.
I saw that when I woke up in a groggy haze, so I didn't watch it. It's when you're looking. It's like when when you wake up and you're like seeing, and it's like you don't even know if what you're experiencing right now is reality or still the remnants of the dream. And you open up your phone, and I saw the Corey Taylor's like pale face, and I was like, "Is this an angel?"
Corey
uh,
Taylor is anything but an angel.
is this an angel? Uh, but yeah, what are the dogs' names? I don't care about the cats. What about the dogs?
So we have Jesse and Tammy are the
Oh,
dogs. I can send you pictures as well. You can edit into the
yeah,
podcast
we
if you
can put
want.
all these photos in if you want. Tammy's the one with three
And
legs,
then
right?
no, Tammy is the tan one,
Okay,
and Jesse is the dark brown one.
okay.
And the one with 3 legs has a name that I don't fucking like. So I call her Dry Bean.
Oh yeah, wasn't the name Poplip Poplip
Hoplap.
Poplap
But
Poplip
I call her Dry Bean.
driving?
Because, and this is the funniness to me, right? Dry is German for 3.
Mm-hmm.
And bean, because the other day when I was here, my mom and I watched a video about butterbean.
Butterbean?
You don't know butterbean?
What is Butterbean? On maybe I will not.
Oh my goodness. This is now a podcast topic. You need to know about butterbean. He was the most dangerous man in boxing.
Oh no, Butterbean.
He was a factory worker who had no training, no exercise, and basically what they called the tomato can diet. And just about nobody could defeat him.
Where is he from? He's from England. Okay, this is a very English looking man, I think.
He was born there, but I think he was American. Yeah, born in Atlanta, Georgia,
No,
moved to Michigan. Well, I mean, yes,
born
he
in
was of German
Luton,
descent, was
England.
born in Atlanta under early life.
Well, how does it say? Wait. This is an issue in the Wikipedia article then, because it says he's born in Atlanta here, but then over here it says he was born in England.
Yeah, so something's broken with that, but he was definitely full on American.
Okay, so then I'm assuming this is the incorrect thing.
Yes. His name was Eric Esch, not Lee John Pallet.
Who the who the fuck? Butter palette. What the fuck? Wikipedia?
Somebody's fucked up Butterbean's Wikipedia article, it
Somebody's
seems.
fucked him
But
up.
either way, he
Butterbean.
was he was well known for taking on guys who were like a foot taller than him, actually like built muscular, like six pack, pecs, everything. He knocked them out in like the one guy he took out in 9 seconds.
Oh god. Like
He was
that's insane.
lethal. He was lethal.
This is the type of
And then
guy. Sorry.
and he hits like 40. And because this boxing world never took him seriously, right? Like he never fought Mike Tyson. He was around during Mike Tyson's peak period.
Oh,
He never
really?
fought the likes of like Mike Tyson or any of the big boxers,
Hmm.
right? He fought professionals, but not in like what you'd argue was the major leagues.
Right.
At about 40, he decides to start doing mixed martial arts and gets into MMA.
How do you even move your body like that? Do MMA when you're fucking butterbean.
He didn't. He just fucking hit people really fucking hard, and every time he'd get hit, he'd just smile at them. He was even in Jackass.
Oh, I haven't. Which one?
I don't know which one, but it was him and Johnny Knoxville who had a fight in a department store, right?
Mm.
And they told Butterbean, like, treat this like a real fight.
Oh God.
Don't hold back. And poor Johnny Knoxville. Johnny Knoxville's been hit by cars. He's been hit by bulls. He's
Yeah,
been hit by
the bull in Jackass Forever got
everything.
him like the movie delayed
I
because they didn't know if he was gonna live.
I don't think anything hit him singularly as hard as fucking Butterbean did that day.
Oh God, I need to do a Jackass fucking marathon.
I'm right there with you.
I need to do that. Butterbean,
Um, So yeah,
Butterbean. So you
I
call
called
her
the dog Dry Bean.
dry bean, dry bean.
And then the cats, there's Misty, which is like a generally,
That's a cat name.
generic name for a cat. That's a cat name. And Yuki,
Gamer,
because
gamer
it
keyboard,
it's
cat named
white.
Yuki.
It's a fluffy white cat
Oh, that's
that
kind of
looks
cute.
like a snowball. And
Oh,
Yuki is Japanese for snow.
oh, that's cute.
I
That's
hate
cute.
that fucking cat.
Five animals is a lot to take care of. I used to live in a house with five animals. We had three dogs and two cats. Also, it was like an actual zoo. It smelled
No, this is
so
not the
bad.
most I've had.
Mm.
When I lived at Fishhook, I lived in a house with four dogs and two cats and a bird,
Oh God, not a bird.
an African grey. Do you know what they look like?
No, Google it right now. The it's a bird.
It's a bird. It is gorgeous, though. It is very gorgeous. It's one of those talking birds.
Oh, it's a parrot. Oh,
Yeah,
this is
African
okay.
grey.
I know this bird.
Bird hated me.
Birds often hate everything. Birds are assholes.
I'm not a big fan of birds, I'll be honest. You know
Because they're the
why?
natural predator of rats.
No, not just that, but like I feel like I have a pretty good understanding with cats. I get along with cats very well.
Right.
And dogs get along with everybody.
Hmm.
But you can never tell a bird's motivations. You don't know what they want, what they do, what they think.
They're just so silly.
I don't trust them.
They're just so stupid. I 100% with you on that with the birds. Like I never really knew anyone who had a bird, but every time I've been near a bird, it's always like, the fuck you gonna do, bitch? They're so like sporadic, head moving all the time. Like, wait, what? I'm looking over here now. I'm looking over here. It's like no idea what it's thinking, no idea how to chill with it. I have no idea when it shows that it's like happy or not. I guess when it does the head booping thing, that's when it's happy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's the thing
even
that birds
so,
do.
like you can have a bird that likes you and it will just bite you and you don't know why.
This is true. This is true. Birds are really stressful. If I still would love a rat.
The rats are so wonderful pets to have. They are such amazing pets to have. They're like smart as, if not smarter than your average cat. They are more cuddly, more lovable. When I had pet rats, I never closed their cage. Like they had free
I'd be
reign.
scared of that. I'd just give them a big, big, big cage.
They had a massive cage, but
I would just be
I
scared that
allowed
they'd
them.
fall on accident or something. Like an accident would happen. I'm scared of stuff like that. But
Makes sense.
I would trust him to like not do anything on purpose, like run away. But like I want to know where they are. I don't have to look for them in the morning, get out of bed all on accident, step on them. Like I don't want to do
No, they
that.
had their own table with the cage on it, and they could run around on the table. They could climb on top of the cage. They had like a little bed on top of the cage,
That's
in the
so
cage.
cute. That's
And you
so
never need
cute.
to really worry about them. They are smart fucking animals.
That's really cute. I always see videos of like people making whole like obstacle courses for their rats out of cardboard and stuff, and it's like a big pen, and they're like running around, and they're like, it's so cute. It's so cute. I would love rats. They're so cute.
They're lovely. I remember there was a friend of mine, she would fall asleep on the bed with her rats,
Aww.
and they'd
That's
all cuddle
that's
up.
adorable. That's adorable. The rats and their giant owner. The giant who takes care of them.
To be fair, that girl was like 4 feet tall.
So the rat is still a giant.
Fair, but like just funny thinking of her as a giant.
I love thinking about that. Like rats and stuff, they look at us and they're like, "Oh my god, oh god." Like there's nothing that we
And
look at that's from that same
if they
perspective.
if they get annoyed at you, you know what they do?
What do they do?
They'll pee on you.
uh, no bites. E.
Well, I mean, like if you piss them off, they'll bite you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you annoy them, because when I had to go stay at my uncle's place, I had to take my rat with. And so we put the cage in the back of the car, and then I sat in the car with Persephone. And she just hated that. She just hated that. So she peed on me the whole time.
Oh, I couldn't deal with that. That's gross.
Like it's just it's their way. But if they love you and they do that eye-boggling thing,
Oh yeah, the little fucking pop out of the eyes.
I love the boggling. They call it boggling.
Boggling.
Oh, they're such wonderful creatures. But yeah, I've been having such trouble with the fucking dogs.
Oh, I would never give trouble. I would
Ugh.
never be the troublemaking dog.
Because you've seen pictures of Dry Bean. I haven't shown you pictures really of Jessie and Tammy. Do you know what breed of dog they are?
No.
So Jessie's a pure breed,
Okay. Of what
pit
breed?
bull,
Oh, I love pit bulls. I love pit bulls.
and Tammy is a pit bull mixed with possibly a Ridgeback, Rhodesian Ridgeback, which is actually right now to me a funny name for a dog because Rhodesia is a country that doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, this is adorable. This looks like my old dog.
Yeah, that's that second one you clicked on, below this one. That's more or less what Tammy looks like, but Tammy's also
That's
kind of fat.
so cute. That's so
But yeah,
cute.
Rhodesian Ridgeback's a funny name for a country that doesn't exist.
I
Oh
forgot about.
no.
I love pit bulls. They're so cute. They smile. They're smiley.
No, she doesn't have a jacked pit bull. Jessie is very lean.
This is such a cute fucking
Yes.
dog. Have I ever shown you? I'll put in a picture of my dad's girlfriend's pit bull that used to live with us. I'll put that photo in right now. It's a lot of photos I'm gonna be adding in today. I think that's fire though.
All for a good cause. It's
All
for the
for the
furry
fur.
friends.
It's all for the furry friends. Uh, all right. Do you want to talk about France?
So here's my understanding. The fascists are winning.
Here's all right. All right. I'll say this. They haven't really won. They're doing better than Macron, but the left in the numbers is winning by a landslide. The issue is that they're not actually being allowed to have the victory because Macron is denying it. So I'll break down the series of events here. I'll break down the series of events. So let me just get to the last EU election. When were the last EU elections? Because this is
So
what spurred all this.
So the first thing is
Yeah.
that I was not aware that France had both a president and a prime minister.
Oh yeah. Most your country is actually unique in that it has a parliament but doesn't have that system. Your country is the only country in the world that's like a president and a parliament and no prime minister.
Really?
Yeah, I was looking at government systems on Wikipedia one time, and South Africa was the only one of your color. So
Oh,
yeah, but most
we are
countries
the
that
only
have a
one of our
parliament,
color.
the president is the head of the state, so he controls everything, right? The president is in charge of everyone. The prime minister is in charge of the government. He's in charge of parliament. He's in charge of like the budget, the like all that type of stuff, policy decisions
Okay.
and stuff. That's the part. He deals with parliament. He doesn't deal with like actually proposing laws. He doesn't do foreign diplomacy or anything. That's the president, and the president
Okay.
chooses the
Okay.
prime minister.
Wait, the president chooses the prime
Well,
minister. The
he
prime
approves of it. He
minister,
approves of it. He approves of it. I should say. That's the whole
okay.
situation that's going on now.
They're both elected officials.
Yeah, they're elected, but the prime minister is elected by parliament, like how it is in the UK. The UK elects their prime minister from the parliament. The party, like the UK elections are, you elect the party, and the party puts forth, hey, this is the prime minister we're going to put forth, and then you elect you elect the party, and that's why the UK went through so many prime ministers in like so few amount of time when they went from like where I think it was Boris Johnson to Liz Truss to Rishi Sunak, even though there was like no elections being held outside of the parliament. So
Okay.
so France's president right now is Emmanuel Macron,
Yes.
and he is a centrist. His party is officially a centrist party. Hold on, let me pull up the party's name. They are, hold on, let's pull it up over here. They are the Together for the Republic group. So this is the ensemble. This is their coalition. The actual party is on the actual party name is Renaissance Party. This
The Renaissance
the
Party.
Renaissance Party. This is Macron's party. It is a
Well, that's
centrist
one way to
party.
win in France. Call yourself the Renaissance.
Yeah. Um. So it's important
I
to
will
note.
say, just on a side note, it occurs to me that South Africa has a rather broken version of this because we also don't vote for the president.
Yeah. You're
We
like I said,
vote
your
for the
country is very
party,
unique.
and then the winning party decides from their ranks who the president is going to be. They still put the person's face on their
Yeah.
advertising
That's
and
what the
say,
UK
like, this
does.
is who we're putting forward for president. So
Yeah.
you feel like you're voting for a president, but you're actually voting for the party who then decides who the president is.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like what the UK does, but with
Yeah.
presidents that are around. Okay. So the EU elections come around, and Macron and his group do really bad in the EU elections. So he pulled a snap election in the National Assembly and the Senate. But the National Assembly is the real kicker here because that's the main house. Um,
Okay.
and in the snap election, which is emergency, we're doing an election now. His coalition, the ensemble as they're called, it's the centrist coalition, the liberals, neoliberals, and all that. They did really bad. They came in third. The winners
Oh,
was before. So hold on. Originally, what was looking at the National Rally, which is the right wing coalition led by Marine Le Pen. This is
yeah,
Marine Le
Eva Le
Pen.
Pen,
Yeah, she's French Hitler. Her
French,
her her
French
party
woman.
her party was looking to get the most amount of seats, and they wound up did getting the most amount of seats. But the left formed a coalition called the New Popular Front. I can get
There's
that
so
right
many.
here. New Popular Front. And their coalition managed to come out in first place. This is a coalition you can see down here. We got a whole bunch of fucking parties. So you can see in the Senate they have 98 seats, National Assembly they have 193, they have 125 in the National Rally. And the National Rally does not actually have a coalition in the National Assembly. Their only other partner they're coalitioned with is someone in the Senate, which is not a National
Okay.
Assembly party. So the left by far won the elections in the National Assembly.
Okay.
You can see over here the this is RN. Here's the Renaissance, and then all these people here are the New Popular Front. Plus, I think one of these parties over here. I think this one here is New Popular Front. So, what was supposed to happen then is Macron was supposed to take a leftist prime minister, and the person they were putting forward was Mélenchon.
Conservative.
No, no, sorry. I'm talking about the left.
Okay.
The guy that they were going to put in charge from the left was Jean-Luc Mélenchon, who's like a historically like French leftist.
He
Uh,
looks displeased.
he's very much upset. Um, I don't know. He's French. What do you want? What do you want him to do?
But Macron put in a conservative.
Yes. Well, he put in a conservative. Yeah. Um. Well, I actually no. He put in no. Originally, he put in one of his own guys. He put in a member from the ensemble. But then that guy got kicked out from, I'm pretty sure is what happened. And then they put in a conservative, like a legit, just conservative. You go to go to prime minister. Um,
French politics looks horrendously fucking complex.
it's really bad. Um, so yeah, this guy, Michel Barnier, he came in the 5th of September, and he was a conservative. Like,
He does have that look.
yeah, he is a legit like Republican kind of guy. And yeah, we can see he was the chief negotiator of Brexit on the European Union's
Ah,
behalf. So that's who he is. And then
okay.
he was extremely unpopular, and he kept making concessions to the National Rally, even though the National Rally lost the election. Um, so the left is obviously very. Oh, I should know by now. Macron's approval rate is like 27, which is like
That's
that is
rad.
really bad. That's like worse than Trump.
It's like worse than Biden.
Yeah, it's worse than Biden. Biden's at its lowest, got to like 40. 27 is like really fucking bad. Um, so yeah, they put through a bill the other day now where it was the budget spending because they're doing over the budget right now, and
Yes, this part I heard about
yes,
where they
they're
wanted to increase the age
of retirement.
of of retirement
Mm-hmm.
and cut social spending.
Mm-hmm. It's austerity policies. They want it because France and the entire world are now is about to head into an economic recession due to capitalism, and the effects of COVID and all that, and the fact that
And on
shit's
top of
getting
the
worse.
fact that like 9 out of 10 governments in the world keep cutting taxes for the
Mm-hmm.
rich.
Mm-hmm. So there's about to be a recession, and the French, uh, like ensemble and the National Rally's response is to cut social spending and raise retirement ages, and that's what they want to do. They want austerity policies, but the austerity policies are really unpopular. So the left vetoed the bill because it's a bad bill, and the National
Yeah.
Rally vetoed it because it'll get them popularity from like a populist sense if they
Yeah, Le
deny it.
Pen claiming that she opposed this from the beginning.
Yeah, even though she's gonna do the same thing if she wins. Um,
Yeah, because fascists just say things.
yeah, fascists just lie. Um, so what was in the bill though was a vote of no confidence if they veto it. So they vetoed it, and there was a vote of no confidence, and then Michel Barnier was kicked out of the prime ministership, and now the French government's in collapse because of that, and they're probably gonna have to do a shutdown, which is rare outside of America. Uh, so
Yeah, as far as I know, America is one of those governments that just does a shutdown
well,
every like
no,
10 years or
Trump
so.
was the president who had a shutdown every single year of his presidency.
Yes,
Shutdowns
but he wasn't
aren't.
the first president to do a
It's a
shutdown.
very
Bush also
Republican
had
thing. Yeah, it's a
shutdowns.
very Republican thing because it's obstructiveness. It's being obstructive, which is Republican politics. So
Yeah.
um, France is probably going to go into a shutdown. Macron's party is bleeding support. Nobody supports it anymore. Everyone hates them. Uh, it's neoliberalism at its finest. It's really fucking
You know,
salty. He's sinking the
to,
country.
to get away from France here now, because this is really fucked. To get away from France for a moment, this is actually something I'm starting to notice on a grander scale. That there was the thing with the Prime Minister of Pakistan
Mm.
getting
Oh
ousted
right, yes,
and
him.
thrown in jail again.
Mm.
There was the 6-hour military uh,
Martial law
martial
in
law in
South
South
Korea.
Korea. It like the incumbent in the US, the incumbent party losing after
Mm.
one term, like the whole world is on fucking fire
The
politically.
whole world is backsliding into fascism. The only places that like real popular liberal or leftist movements exist is in resistance movements in the developing world, like in Georgia right now, or
Yes,
in
Georgia. I heard good things about what
Syria.
people want in Georgia.
They want to join the European Union because they see the European Union as a bastion of democracy. They see it as like the way out of
It's
Russian dictatorship,
starting to
and how
stretch a
it's
bit
like,
thin there.
and it's now it's like really sad because it's like, oh, you guys, you poor souls, you're like 50 years too late for that.
Because as far the last numbers I heard was that 80% support uh,
Yeah,
going to the EU.
80
80%.
80% of the country supports EU membership, and the president, because he's a Russian stooge, just keeps saying no.
So like it's wild. The thing is that a lot of external people look at South Africa and claim that our government is a communist leftist party.
That's really funny. Like we saw that mod on Hoi 4 that said that
Yeah, not only that, but like, even
African
even
socialism.
politically minded people seem to mistake us for that.
Hmm.
But we're not really.
Yeah, I think it's mostly because of Mandela, right? Because Mandela had like
Mandela gives
had
them the
five
idea that we're left leaning, but it's also because we are in the pockets of the
Russia and
big
yeah,
quote unquote communist powers like Russia
Russia and
and China.
China. Yeah, you're in BRICS. You're a found name letter founder of BRICS.
Yeah, we're the last letter.
It should really be BRICSA.
Nobody would take it seriously. Nobody takes BRICS seriously.
BRICS is a joke. BRICS doesn't take BRICS. I always find this fucking hilarious. BRICS. You have Brazil, an American ally, Russia, who hates China, India, who hates China, China, who hates India and Russia, and South Africa, who is South Africa. Who the fuck?
We
What the
look,
fuck?
the truth is that South Africa is in the pocket of whoever is willing to give us money. And
Exactly.
one, Russia keeps funneling money through us because we will just do it. And two, China is actually funding a lot of the nuclear power stations.
You're saying South Africa is
So
a
they're
cheap
building
slut.
infrastructure.
South Africa is a cheap slut. Yeah.
Yes, that's what it is.
South Africa, the lot lizard.
South Africa is really like whoever is willing to give us money. But you have to admit, though,
It's fine for
in
a
its
developing
own
country.
fucked way, it kind of works because when I look at South Africa's currency compared to like any other quote unquote third world country, it is
It's so much better.
wild.
It's so much better. Even though it's compared to like America, it's pretty bad. Like comparative to like fucking Ethiopia or Nigeria, it's a lot better.
But even compared to Brazil,
Oh yeah, but Brazil's been on the
even
up and up.
compared,
Brazil's been going
what
up.
is the Chinese yuan to?
Actually, let's check that.
I'm curious because China
Is it was it yen? Is it called yen?
yen. It's yen.
So it's 14 cents, which is actually better than South Africa.
Flip this around the other way.
Oh, oh, is it November? Okay, whatever. I should put it in.
Just put $1.
Oh, you're right. So $1 is 7.26
So
yuan.
that's what South Africa used to be there.
Mhm.
About 12, 15 years ago, South Africa used to be there.
Okay, so then
We not looking good.
how are you compared to Japan?
I think we're much better than Japan. My God, Japan's currency is in the toilet.
Oh, oh my
Japan's
lord!
currency is fucking worthless, and I don't know why.
Wow, would you look? Would you look at that?
I don't know why Japan's currency is like that. Because
It's because
isn't Japan?
Japan is stagnating. Because Japan is having like an employment crisis. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but it's always been this bad.
Yeah, but it never gets better, so it's just gonna get worse.
I mean, fair. What about Brazil?
Yeah, we can check Brazil. Brazil. Where's Brazil?
Real. Brazilian real.
There it is. Real. Oh shit, that's actually really good.
Oh my goodness, Brazil.
Yeah, like I told you, Brazil's been fucking pretty damn good, and they have been on the decline. They used to be a lot better, apparently, but that's pre-COVID. And also,
Oh,
it seems to be going
oh,
down, but like $6? That's pretty good.
Brazil.
Let's see Argentina.
Wait,
Oh,
do you want to see something wild?
this is called a slope. Y equals mx plus b looking ass. What the fuck?
A nosedive. You want to see something bad though?
Let's see it.
Zimbabwean dollar.
Oh god, it's not even on here.
What's it called then?
Let's see the lira. Lira's not that bad. Lira. I mean,
Search,
lira's
search
bad, but
Zimbabwean dollar. I'm curious because they're a neighboring country. They're our Mexico essentially.
mm,
Like actually
pretty much.
search it.
Oh, one
Type
sec.
the letters.
Zimbabwe dollar to you. Oh, one Zimbabwean dollar is not even a cent.
Yes. There was a time in Zimbabwe, right? There was a time in Zimbabwe where it cost less money to wipe your ass with $100 bills than to buy toilet paper.
That's fucking
And that is not
scary.
a joke or an exaggeration.
You know what? There's another one I want to. Oh, my foot's asleep now. It's fucking me up. There's another one I want to check. I want to check Mexico compared to America. Wow. We're on par with Mexico's peso, but also Mexico's peso. Whoa, what the fuck? Excuse me? Was it really this stagnant until it exploded? Okay. What the fuck? Have you ever seen a graph that looked like this?
That's wild.
This is insane.
Something
What
must have
happened?
happened economically.
What happened in December 2nd? Definitely a technical problem. Data error. Okay, so
Data era.
it seems that something's broken with the conversion rates of the Mexican dollar or the Mexican peso. I'll check one last one, and it's a topical one. I'm curious on what the Israeli currency. Oh, it's really close to America. That makes sense.
Yeah, they are very, very closely tied. You cannot get away from how closely tied your country is to Israel.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty.
But
Uh,
yeah, it's the 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 Zimbabwean thing's still fucking funny to
that
me.
is it is that is very.
I can tell you why that happened.
Was Zimbabwe Rhodesia?
Yes.
Yeah. I
So
think that says a lot of why it's not
Robert
bad.
Mugabe was Zimbabwe's Nelson Mandela.
Mm,
But if he went the other way,
like bad.
because his policies were what's it called? When he basically reappropriated land without compensation.
Oh, I don't know what that would be called.
But yeah, he reappropriated everything without compensation and decided to do a I'm king of Zimbabwe now move.
He did
Essentially.
feudalism.
He basically just tanked the entire economy. And the first time he lost an election, this is a king move, right? This is a king move. The first election he lost, he didn't he said, fine, okay, you can have the government, you can have the finance, the economics, you can have all of that. I'll keep the military. That's a king move, right?
That's pretty scary. That's
Which essentially it just is saying, okay, you take all of the broken parts of the country,
and I take the part that
and
people.
I take the only functioning thing
Yeah,
because when he was in power, he maintained power through the military. Therefore,
power comes
you
through the
know,
barrel of a gun.
yeah,
So he's like,
that
you
was
guys can
Zimbabwe
have all
for
the
a while.
power on paper, but I control the real power.
Yeah,
That's really scary.
yeah. And we still export power to them.
Real power comes from South African nuclear power plant.
Power plant
Power plant.
one singular.
With all that Chinese money,
Which
we can't even fucking pay for a second
yeah, no, it's bad. And that
one.
power plant is not even running at 100% capacity because they
Of course
can't
it is.
actually keep it running at 100%.
Of course it isn't. I want. So I mentioned this earlier. I want your opinion on this building. I think it's the tackiest building resort ever.
Let's see this.
The Excalibur
Oh,
at
that's really
Las
cool.
Vegas.
But this is par for the course for Vegas, though. This is
This is the
exactly
worst
what
of
I
it though.
expected.
This
Look
is
at
the
what's
worst of
next
it.
to it there in that picture. What's that one? I know that one.
The Luxor. We were.
In,
What photo? What photo?
not in the photo you have
In the photo
selected.
here.
They're on the left,
This is
in the
all
bottom left corner.
That's the sign for Excalibur.
There's
That-
a different building I'm thinking of then. But
this
this
is
shit is par for the course.
this
This
is
is
the
not
real
even. If
Excalibur.
you tell me this is anywhere but Vegas, I'd be surprised.
The Luxor is right next. This is right next door to it.
Like, you see what I mean? Vegas
Yeah,
is silly.
Vegas is
Vegas is
silly.
silly.
I kind of want to do like. I just want to go through like how fucking these because these buildings. I both commend the silliness of it and also hate it because it's because like it was cool back when it started because all this was built in the 90s. All this was built in the 90s after the Mirage was built, which is the one that like Siegfried and Roy were at. It was like the one that everyone went to, and then everyone started building all the themed casinos and Luxor, Caliber, Caesar's Palace, all that. I think Caesar's Palace actually kind of looks pretty good. Like I don't know, I think this building looks. I want like a good side shot of it, like the part that I thought looked cool. Whatever. Um, like the where, like I think that looks cool. Like it's like you turned a Roman style building into a big skyscraper. I think that's neat. You know, it's got the columns coming down. I think that's cool. Um, like the issue is not that these buildings are all like themed and tacky and stuff. It's the issue that they're all like shit. Like they're bad resorts. No, they're not
You know what
maintained
my
anymore. They're
problem
all
with
dirty.
this really is? On an honest level, what my problem with this is?
What is it?
It's a fucking waste of money.
Oh, it absolutely is.
This is a stupid, stupid waste of money because these things could have been built far cheaper And I'm not even saying like cheap as in like the negative connotation of cheap. They could have been built far more affordably with
affordably.
all of the same luxuries if they weren't built so stupidly.
Yeah, a lot of it is like the whole the casino market and the like resort market is incredibly corrupt and full of like some really
But
shady
isn't
business. There's no
that's
reason that
Vegas
Trump
though?
tried to build his so many
Didn't most of the big casinos, especially in like the 70s and 80s and like the 90s as well, weren't they mostly run by like
mom.
the mob and
Yeah,
mafia and them?
yeah, absolutely. I wanna
Like,
yeah,
wait,
but like
Atlantic City is in Jersey.
yes, yeah. What did you think it was?
I didn't really think about Atlantic City that deeply to think about in which state it was. It just seemed like Vegas-like to me.
It is Vegas like because Atlantic City used to be like a tourist town for like families, 20s to go to the beach and stuff because there was the boardwalk and it was a very nice place to go. And then in like the 80s and the 90s, 2000s, they tried to turn it into Vegas on the East Coast and it failed so bad. And now, you go to Atlantic City, turn on the street view, it's barren. It is. Look at
Wow. That's like
Ooh, it's like Detroit.
oof, big
I
oof.
showed you Detroit.
All of the oof.
It's like Detroit. They killed the city. They
You
absolutely
don't have to
killed the
show
city.
where you are, but zoom out
Well, I'm
far
not
enough
signed
for
in, so
me.
there's nothing
Like
pinned.
I know where you are. So like zoom out far enough. Yeah, that's far away from you.
Not really. It's like
It's not
it's
next
like an
door.
hour drive. New Jersey's a
Yeah, but
small state.
Jersey, everything's a fucking hour
It's a
drive.
small state. So like everything, yeah, everything's an hour. But David, on his David comes down every year to Ocean City down for his family. I thought that was neat. But Atlantic City, this place. Oh, it's depressing. Depressing. I like going to Wildwood is what I like to mostly because
Wow.
there's a really good roller coaster here called what's it called? The Nor'eastern right here. The Great Nor'eastern. It's the hanging the looping coaster. Anyway, anyway,
So Cape Town has its very own little like
yes.
casino spot. I wouldn't call it Vegas, but it has its own casino spot. It's the one casino, right? But
Mm-hmm.
it's a big, it's got an ice rink.
Is
I
it
went
Center City?
snowboarding there. It's not.
Oh, okay.
It's Grand West Casino.
And West.
And I want to get your take on Grand West.
Let me just Google it here.
Grand West would be one word.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
see where the building kind of gets signed from.
yeah. It's
It's
how
very
big.
American. It's American
Well,
Country
that's the
Club.
inspiration.
Yeah, it's American
I think
Country
the
Club.
inspiration for this is 100% like Vegas. They wanted to make
Well, I'm talking
a
about well, yeah, obviously the
casino like
casino,
you
yeah.
see in Vegas.
But like I'm talking about like the actual structure of the building. It does this does feel like a kind of casino you'd see in Vegas where it's like the New York, or the Parisian or the Venetian, where it's trying to be somewhere else. But hey, it's a casino version of it, you know?
The funny thing is that to get to Grand West, you got to drive through some fucking dodgy areas. Like it itself is like super high security. You got to go through like fucking airport security to get inside this casino. But the areas around it's pretty fucking dodgy.
I actually I mentioned New York. I think this is the best casino design in Vegas, of how creative it is, and because it has
Wait,
a
that's one building.
this is one building.
That's insane.
It is insane. This is one building.
That is absolutely insane.
It's the New York Casino. Or the big, yeah, and then there's a roller coaster that's on it too called the Big Apple coaster. The coaster's a piece of shit. But the buildings make like the roller coaster look even bigger. It's like obviously, oh, it's a skyscraper, but no, it's actually like not that big. It's not that busy. It's
But
really
that
cool.
also makes me think like staying there would be awful
No, the
because
roller
like
coaster doesn't.
you'd have people screaming.
Yeah, the roller coaster doesn't really run anymore though. So they're thinking of tearing it down because it's a piece of shit coaster. It was made by a company that sucks ass and making roller coasters. There's been some better photos of it.
See,
Yeah,
the
it's cool.
inside of it just makes me think of Grand West.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
that picture looks like Grand West.
yeah. There's also the Paris casino, which has a fake Eiffel Tower or a replica Eiffel Tower. Like,
God,
I'm just gonna go to the. Let's go to Google Earth and go to the Strip. Because like,
where's Gamora?
well, I've
Show me
always
the
felt like
Lucky
the
38.
Fallout New Vegas casinos are all based on like different eras of Vegas, as far as I'm aware. Like, oh, you have Vegas when it
Really?
was like shady and run by the mob, and that's Gamora, and then you have like the old Lux, which is like modern like Vegas, where it's like the Bellagio and stuff, where it's all rich and high, like high class and stuff, and then you have the tops, which is like your fucking gimmick, like here we go, high roller, blah blah blah, and then the Lucky 38 is based on the Stratosphere. This is what the Lucky 38 is based on.
Okay, that tracks. That
Yeah.
tracks.
Um, I don't know where in Vegas the strip is. Why can't I search? Search. There it is. Here it is. There it is. So the strip begins over here.
I think anybody who's seen a movie that takes place at least 5 minutes in Vegas has seen like
The strip.
pieces of this trope.
This is the Mandalay Bay. This is one of those like fancy rich ones.
I
There's the
do think that
Luxor.
that looks sane.
Yeah, this is one of the fancy
For like
rich
a
ones.
Vegas hotel, that looks sane.
Yeah. Then you have the Luxor, which the Luxor you can tell by the fact it's got ads on it now for America's Got Talent. The video I watched from a guy going here and giving his opinion on the building had a fucking Doritos ad on the side of the building. The whole building was Doritos ad. It's really tacky. It's really cheap. But the inside of the Luxor has like inclined elevators. Cool. Um, across from it's a fucking park. There used to be a casino here. I forget what it was called. This is the Excalibur. Really tacky, really shitty. I hate it so much. Like if you're in one of these rooms, your view outside the window is this. It's so
That's
shitty.
actually
The Excalibur
awful.
was designed to be like a family friendly resort. So there's like children in it and stuff. It's
Oh, that makes it even worse.
Here's the monorail that they put in Vegas, in New Vegas. Here's the monorail. I don't know which one this is. Oh, it's the Tropicana. This is one based on Florida.
That looks like another sane one
Yeah, this is
though.
this is one based on Florida. So it's got like your like Floridian like oh palm trees and all that stuff. This is a sane one. Here's the Bet MGM. This is the MGM sorry, the MGM Grand. This is one of the highlight casinos in Vegas, like one of the famous ones.
David Copperfield. When was he relevant? When was he last
That's why he has a
relevant?
Vegas residency. Not relevant. Um, here's the New York, New York. Again, it's one building. There's the
That's kind
roller.
of awful. I
What do you,
really think that's awful.
well, here's the roller coaster, by the way. It's farther away than you think it is. The replica statue of the Statue of Liberty. I think this is really cool. I think
It's
that's
awful.
cool. Uh,
You just say that because you live like 5 minutes away from New York.
actually, like an hour. Here's the Park MGM. Cares about it. Flyover. This is where you can start getting to like fucking higher density. A bunch of casinos here. I don't know the name of. Is Yaria. This one here. I think this is getting fucked up. But it's like
Oh, it's very reminiscent of The place in Australia,
The Sydney Opera.
yeah, the Sydney Opera House.
I don't know what the. But this is the Planet Hollywood Hotel. Planet Hollywood.
Which irrelevant person has a residency there with their face on it on the Hollywood? Which irrelevant person is this?
Miranda
Miranda.
Lambert.
Who
Miranda
the I
Lambert.
don't even know who that is.
Probably country. Here is the Caesar's. No, this is not Caesar's Palace. This is the Bellagio, I believe. Yeah, the Bellagio, because that's the dancing fountain. This is the Bellagio. There's Caesar's Palace. Yeah, see, Caesar's Palace looks cool. I think this looks cool. This does like the you see you have these columns that come down, and it has like the Roman style architecture, but it's still like a.
I
It's
guess,
still it's not
like,
like full of its own ass.
comparatively, it is not near as awful as most of
It's
what's around it.
the Paris Casino. What do you think of this?
Burn it down.
The Cromwell. Have the Flamingo. This is the oldest standing Vegas resort. It's the Flamingo.
The Flamingo. Very, very 80s.
Yeah, it's 80s Florida.
Very Vice
Palestine.
City.
Where's the Venetian? The Venetian's over here.
Mirage.
Venetian. The Harrah's. Oh, the
The
Mirage. Where'd you
Mirage.
see the Mirage?
There's a big sign for it.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is Mirage. This is the one that kickstarted at the '90s boom in Vegas. This is the yeah. This is the one
They
at
got the
Seek Pharaoh.
Beatles on the fucking side.
Love by Cirque du Soleil.
What the fuck happened to Cirque du Soleil?
They're doing the Beatles now.
That's okay. Wow. Okay.
Here's Harrah's. This is another big casino. It's like a classic one. Um, the Venetian, where it's like a fake Venice. Gondola rides. Treasure Island Casino.
This is the same. This is the third casino with
Because
this
they're all based on the
design.
Mirage. They're all based on the Mirage. The Palazzo. This is where we get to like the higher end, like oh, the really fancy ones. There's the Vegas Sphere that everyone talks about. All
Can tell you're an American with the way you pronounce that.
here.
No, Palazzo.
Oh, Palazzo.
Yes.
Quinn. Quinn. And then there's its sister building, the Encore. And then here's like the lower end. Not lower end, but there's Trump Tower. Look
Burn
at
it
that.
down.
Well, there used to be a casino here that they demolished like last month. Uh, I forget what casino it was, but they did demolish one. Then here is the Hilton, and
Oof.
oh, here it is. This is the end of the strip. This is what people consider to be the end of the strip. Circus Circus. This is one of the classic casinos. This one is the worst casino on the strip. You couldn't tell by its burn damage,
Wow.
paint decay. This one has like actual bed bugs. This is like actually a disgusting. There's the back end of it over here that has like a mini park in it. The Circus Circus, undeniably the one people shit on the most because it is absolutely disgusting. Yeah, that's the Vegas Strip, and the welcome to fabulous Las Vegas.
There's the Stratosphere.
Yeah, there's the Stratosphere.
So,
This
like,
one's
technically, Gamora and like Tops would be around like this
well, no,
side.
it's not supposed to be accurate at all. Like this, so
I know, like, look, it's a Bethesda
it
game.
would be
The
like it would
proportions
be
are fine.
the strip in Fallout New Vegas would be this. Fallout New Vegas just includes the Stratosphere in there because I guess the guys at Obsidian were like, oh, you know what, the Stratosphere is Vegas. Because it kind of is. It kind of is. It's just the reason why people don't consider it is because there's nothing in between it and like anything else. Like people only consider the Circus Circus to be the end of it because it's the last casino. Because the Stratosphere's casino is a hotel, and it's got like rides up here. Like there's roller coasters that like dip you off the edge of it. Like there's this one. This is a roller coaster that like tilts you down, like look down the edge of the building. And
Ew.
that one hold. This is a spinning ride that like holds you over the edge of the building.
You keep cutting out on my side.
It's probably because I don't know. Like, what do you want?
Hey,
the
I've also got bad internet here right now.
Here's some fucking golf courses. golf in Vegas.
God no.
But
I
yeah.
don't
Oh, here's
think golf
McCarran
is good.
Airport. Oh, that's not McCarran. Where's McCarran? McCarran is a real place. So is Nellis. Most of the places in. Oh, there's Nellis.
Yeah, but I imagine they'd be more towards the
Oh, that is.
outskirts.
That technically is McCarran because it's. I guess they just renamed it to Harry Reid. That is the McCarran Airport. Um, like North Side Vegas, Fremont, in Fulton, Vegas is a place. Like Fremont Street is this street. I have no idea. I'm just making. It could be this street. It could not be. Um, yeah. I think Vegas is like it falls in line with my interest in like theme parks. It's themed entertainment. That is like one of my favorite.
I'm too
Just
cynical for that shit.
I just love it. I think it's so
I'm
cool.
I'm literally too cynical for that shit. Like just the other day we were talking about how like fucking cynical I am. I'm just too cynical for this shit. This shit's just like put the money where it counts, right?
Right.
Put it in like real luxury. Put it in like actually nice rooms or
Well,
shit like
some of
that.
these casinos, because the thing is, the Strip is like owned by like two big companies, MGM and Caesars Entertainment. Caesars owns like they own like this half. They own like Caesar's Palace and stuff, and then like the Bellagio, all the fancy ones are owned by MGM. All the nice ones are owned by MGM, and all the tacky, shitty ones are like the Paris and the Venetian are owned by Caesars Entertainment. So if it's a tacky casino, like the Luxor, Excalibur, these are owned by Caesars. The shitty ones are owned by Caesars. Can you tell which of the two companies is going under? Uh,
Yeah, it's bad.
but I do want to show one last thing, I guess, and it's one of the demolitions, the buildings, because they demolished it anyway. I should have pulled the YouTube video. I did say I should have had it, but I don't. But it was because Vegas has had a lot of demolished because all the ones 70s got demolished. So uh da, da, da. So like they demolish them all the time, so they get creative with, especially the first one. So so the Dunes Casino was one of the classic ones, one of the classic big themed ones, and
Yeah,
once
yeah,
that
yeah.
demolished, and they went. There's Treasure Island has a boat outside of it, so they were like, you know what? The boat is gonna bring down the building. So the boat is like firing its cannons off at dunes, demolished
Yeah, that's
dunes.
pretty loud.
Is it loud?
For me it is.
All right. There goes the building. They made it. That's actually terrifying as hell. Normally in demolition doesn't look like this. They don't let it on fire. But like, yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit extreme, but I do
No,
like
that's where the
building demolitions.
that is where the Bellagio was built, and the
I don't
dunes
know, there's
south of
something
there.
satisfying about those big building demolitions.
Yeah, what about this one? This is the one that parking lot that I mentioned. It's just sitting across the Luxor. This is the thing that was built. This didn't used to be there. I do love watching build, especially when they just go straight in. Like they fall in on themselves. It's so good. Fucking parking lot built there now,
Paper
and nation built. But yeah, yeah.
But since we are going for a little bit, I'm gonna bring up one thing.
Yes.
That conversation is still stuck in my
The
head.
one about industrial and industrial metal.
Yeah, that conversation is still stuck in my head.
You might as well like how it went. Share the
Well, I
or
mean,
what?
you've had some time to mull it over, and you're the one that I was telling all this shit to, so I want to hear what your thoughts are.
Okay. Well, for context, the conversation we're talking about, we were talking the other day about like I didn't understand the difference, like what made uh, industrial metal and industrial are apparently their own genres. I didn't know
Yes,
about. I thought when someone
because
meant
your exposure
industrial,
to industrial was mostly like through Rammstein
Rammstein,
or
and
like
Nine Inch Nails.
Manson, Nine Inch
Those
Nails,
are my
which
those are
have
the
a
two
lot of metal
industrial.
influence.
Yeah. So like whenever I heard oh, it's industrial, I would just think, oh, it's like they're saying thrash. You're not adding the metal at the end, but it's implied that it's metal. I didn't know that industrial was its own separate genre. And since then, I've now understood that there's like that conversation led me to like thinking about like what made music I'm listening to part of a certain genre, and I'm starting to become more aware of certain genre tropes, right?
Yeah,
And it's pretty cool. It's pretty nice paying attention to what I consume.
it is. Like you start finding a lot more of what's really like up your niche,
Mhm,
and it's just what's really eating away at me about that conversation, right? Is
mhm.
the fact that even metal journalistic publications and metal journalistic
Like Loudwire.
uh, like Loudwire or there's another one, but they all sort of don't seem to know
You were telling me about
what
this.
industrial is.
Yeah.
Because we looked up like what was it like top five industrial bands, and
And
it's like
Rammstein was number one.
this is industrial metal. Like yes, it is
It's
industrial, but
it's industrial metal, not industrial.
Rammstein is a far shot away from like pure industrial.
Mhm.
Because industrial music, for anybody who doesn't really get the context, the easiest way to put it is that like industrial is kind of like if metal sprang from dance music instead of blues and rock.
Mhm. It's not so much focused on like string work and guitars and stuff and basses, but instead like the sounds that like it sounds like tools. It sounds like hard
Machinery.
bass. Like let's not bass, sorry, bass. Like smacks hits and shit.
Yeah,
Rather than
like
like chords and
bass,
strings and
like
shit.
not bass guitar, more like bass
Sound. Like just like a boom
sound.
boom boom. Yeah. And
And
like you also
it's
mentioned
really,
a lot of sampling,
yeah.
a lot of like filters of our voices and stuff. A lot
Which you
of yeah.
don't see in metal all that much. In
No.
metal, all of the
Screams.
vocal distortion you hear is done naturally.
It's through the throat, it's through like screaming, it's through like pitch and stuff, rather than
But
like
a lot of the
industrial, which is a lot of
vocal
editing.
distortion through industrial is like some of these bands go as far as plugging their microphones into a guitar pedal.
Hmm. Yeah, it's
And
all like through like the hardware they're using.
yeah, it's very, very technologically based.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I'm so much a fan of just the pure industrial. As much as I'm always seen as the metalhead, and like my favorite bands being like Tool, which is prog metal,
Hmm.
it's Slipknot, which is your new metal. You got like even going back to like Sabbath, which is now classic metal.
I call
Like
it heavy metal. It's just heavy
heavy
metal.
metal is kind of like the classic metal
Like,
at
yeah,
this
that's what.
point.
Yeah, heavy metal is classic metal, like Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden and arguably like Dio, which was the beginnings of like power metal.
Yes, after learning more about power metal was another big part of the conversation too. I think, right? Is like I
Yeah,
also
where
learned like
we kind
Dio
of
is power
disagreed
metal.
about whether or not Dio was power metal.
But then, yeah, because the thing is, I don't think of Dio as power metal because Dio is good.
I mean, fair. That is very fair.
But like
That is a very fair sort.
power metal isn't so much defined by its sound, but by its topic, which is nerd shit. It's D
Well,
and D
by
metal.
its themes. It's. I would say themes more than topic.
That yeah, that's true. Themes. It's nerd metal. It's nerd metal. It's for fucking D&D nerds or history nerds in the case of Sabaton. You know,
Yeah,
like there's power, like all the big power metal bands are like Power Wolf or like Blood Soaking, and it's like they sing about Lord of the Rings.
dragons and
They sing-
knights and. I mean,
uh,
the classic one for me is the Dio song "Holy Diver."
yeah, which like the music video I never seen before is just actual LARP.
It is fantastic. It is fantastic the fact that like Ronnie James Dio is 4 feet
He's
tall
so tame.
and he's carrying a fucking bastard sword, like a great sword, in like
uh,
barbarian gear, and he's 4 feet fucking tall. What a legend. What a legend.
on, I'm trying to find.
Like he's so big on stage while you finding your thing. Like Dio is so big on stage. He's got presence, right?
Right.
But I saw an interview with Dio where he was at Wacken, the big German German metal festival.
Hmm.
And he's standing next to just like a regular guy, and he looks like a fucking dwarf.
Maybe that should be his fucking fantasy race that he makes himself as. I have to do this because I couldn't find the Spotify Wrapped on Spotify. I could only get the playlist. I
Oh
couldn't
yes,
actually
because
get the rap.
the desktop app is trash.
The desktop app is dog shit. Um, but my top artists, some of these are a lie. Number five in artists and number one in songs is a lie because that was my alarm in the morning. The song was my alarm, so it shouldn't be my top song because I woke up to it every day. Saying
I mean, by that merit,
and the band here is the band that played that song.
by that merit, though. You know, I haven't looked at my Wrapped.
You should. We should be doing it right now. But my top artist
That's
was
what I'm
Tom
opening.
Cardy. Was Tom Cardy, which isn't a surprise to me because from January, really, it was from November of 2023 to like 8 May. I didn't listen to any band other than anyone else other than Tom Cardy. I was going
Oh.
through a silly, goofy phase. Um,
So my top song was "My Own Summer" by Deftones.
okay,
Fucking classic.
that is fair.
Absolute classic. You know that song. Specifically,
not
you know that.
not the song, but I know Deftones is. I can.
Oh, it's
I
it's 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 one of their heavier songs.
hmm. I have to listen to more Deftones.
What's the second one? "I Hope You Hate Me" by Dead Poet Society.
Okay.
Uh, Number three, we got "Why'd You Only Call Me When You're High" by Arctic Monkeys.
Hmm. Do you have like real music? I have Cyberpunk 2077.
Number four is "Everlong" by Foo Fighters.
Oh, I love that song.
Number five is "Sulfur" by Slipknot.
Okay,
That's you have to admit that's a range, right?
that is a range. If you go to my like playlist, because then you can see what which should be number five if we're not counting fucking my morning alarm. It's the opening to season 2 of JJK. To be fair, it's a really good song.
Slipknot was my top artist of the year.
Mine was the fucking Tom Cardi. I'm fucking cooked. And it was Ninja Sex Party. I don't know how Sabaton snuck in here. There's like if you look on
My
the
top five artists
you
are the
go
wildest,
if
though.
you go in the album like the list of sorry, if you go to like um the list here, there's not like a single Sabaton song until like I don't even know. Like there's just not a Sabaton song in here yet they made it on this fucking list. Here's one. Found one. Why the hell are you so far down? You shouldn't be on this goddamn list. Be like I don't know. I have no
So
idea.
my top five artists.
Since I'm of an here though.
System is good. System
System was
is
good.
good. My top five
Last year,
artists, like you're
System of a
saying,
Down was my top listened to artist last year.
we got number one. Well, let's start at number five
Okay.
with Placebo.
Okay.
And number four, we got Carl Casey.
Oh fucking hell, Buddy Holly made it into my goddamn top songs. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna kill
Shout
myself.
out to Amanda Palmer. Just have to
Yes,
say, shout out
she
to
is
Amanda
on here.
Palmer.
Amanda Palmer made it on here. MF Doom made it on here. Good for him. Dead, but
Good
good
for
for him.
good, good,
Rot.
good for him.
I haven't listened to a single other song by Dry Kill Logic, but Rot is really fucking good.
Number three
Not like us.
is Concerned Ape.
Okay.
You know who Concerned Ape is?
No.
It's it's the dev for Stardew. It's
Oh,
the
that's why
Stardew.
it was familiar. What?
Yes.
So Stardew was
It's
like your
because of
chill.
how much I played it during starting soon on streams.
Aw, I love Stardew Valley.
Number two won't be a surprise. It's Deftones.
Not a surprise.
Number one, Slipknot.
I knew that was coming. Not like us made it onto my top songs.
No industrial made it onto my rap because
Yeah.
I listened to a lot of it on YouTube.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I'm surprised by my lack of metal in my top songs. I think it's because, in terms of specific songs, I would listen to a lot of these like comedy songs more like I would listen to metal albums, but I wouldn't listen to them over and over and over again. Whereas with like Tom Cardy, I'd listen to the same Tom Cardy songs like all the time.
Yeah, no. But I'm actually kind of sad that none of my industrial made it onto my rap. Makes me think like this next year, I gotta listen to a lot more of it
I
on
gotta listen to them.
Spotify. But
My
because they
2020.
haven't made it on, I am going to shout out at least two of my favorite industrial bands. Three, actually. I'm going to shout out my top three favorite industrial bands. We got Velvet Acid Christ.
Love them. You show me them. I love them. Oh, I listened to Wumpscut
Yeah.
recently. I listened to Wumpscut's
Number two is Rumskut.
yeah, them. I listened to one of their albums. I forget the name of it. It was really good. But
And
I
then
didn't listen
number
to one of their albums.
three,
I
I'll
listened to
put Assemblage 23.
those are the ones you recommended me.
Yeah.
I didn't listen
Assemblage
to
23
an
seems to be the
album.
one that you don't connect with,
I
really.
liked it. It just wasn't like the
Like, it's just not
better
your
of the two you
sound.
showed me. Yeah, yeah. I'm still gonna
Like,
listen to it at some point.
Assemblage 23 is okay, so like metal, industrial does have its own subgenres.
Right.
And Assemblage 23 is a much more slower, melodic, soft, gothic sort of industrial.
Yeah, I like that. I just like
Whereas comparatively, like
Vumpscut.
Velvet Acid Christ is much more
I
like
love Velvet After Christ.
fucking
I love
get
that.
your shit together, fuck you, burn everything down kind of industrial. And Vumpscut, I feel like, is a good medium
The
between
best,
those two
the
styles.
appeal to industrial to me is that when I walk into a building while listening to it, it makes me feel like it makes me feel like the main character. Like it's really good. It's really good.
Oh, and I can't forget to mention Cyclone 9, if not only for the fact that Nerobellum is one of the sexiest creatures on the planet.
uh, you want you know want to know? Do you want to know? Hold on. I have two things to say. First, my Spotify, it was my YouTube Music Wrapped in 2023. The bands that were on there were System of a Down. It was Pink Floyd, Death
YouTube has a
Grips.
version of this?
Yeah, YouTube Music is actually a lot better than Spotify Wraps. You can probably find it if you use YouTube. It'll give you a YouTube Music Wrapped. Um, and it's actually better because it breaks down albums you listen to the most. Well, that's only if you use YouTube Music. I think you should, because I have one for YouTube, and all I used for YouTube when it comes to music was like songs I used from video games for starting
Music
soon.
per se?
Yeah, hold on, we could probably
But
find
I
it over here.
do listen to music on YouTube.
Yeah, it should work. I clicked here, and we have my 2024 recap on YouTube, and it should all be YouTube. Yeah, it should all be songs I used for starting soon's on streams, and the occasional like video I showed someone else, like Trailer Park Alien.
Hey Joe, this guy needs help with his car.
Like, so you should have one. If you just go to the YouTube page and click music, it should give it to you.
Let's see. Um,
But yeah, my like 2023 was System of a Down, Death Grips, Pink Floyd. I think Rush was on there, and I think Sabaton was still on there. I think those are my Sabaton just keeps sneaking its fucking way onto every single rap I do. It should not be on there. It really shouldn't. I never listened to Sabaton. It's like a stain from my past.
a stain from your past.
But the other thing I wanted to say is that in 2025, I got this idea from somewhere else, but I wanted to make a playlist of every single month and include all the songs I like listened to a lot that month in it. So if I like find myself listening to like the same songs over and
Hello?
over again, I just put it into the
Hello?
oh fuck, are we cut out?
It cut out there for a little moment for me.
Oh, okay. But what
So
so what'd you miss? Did you miss like my explanation of what
it's
I was
like
doing?
maybe 20 seconds.
Oh, okay. I'll say it again. Um, in 2025, I plan on every single month making a playlist of all the songs I was listening to that month. So if I'm like in January and I'm finding myself listening to a lot of like Cannibal Corpse, I'll
AG.
why is okay. Sure, cool, awesome.
The fucking band name is Cannibal Corpse. You cannot deny the edginess.
Yeah, I know. But if I find myself
There's a
listening to a lot
song
of
called
like
Icon Blood.
yeah, so what? They have Necropedophile, and it's the only song I can't listen to them because it makes me so uncomfortable to listen to that one. Um, but no, if I find myself listening to a song like fucking Evisceration Plague, I find myself listening to that over and over again. I'm throwing a playlist. If I find myself listening to fucking Mother by Danzig a lot, that's going on the playlist. If I find
That is
myself
a
listening,
damn good
that
song.
is a really fucking good song. I say it
Like,
because
I
it's
don't
it's been
listen
in
to
my
a
head
ton
for
of
like 2 days.
Danzig, but that is
Danzig is
an
Danzig's really
absolute
good.
fucking banger.
I am kind of a fan of Glenn Danzig, both Misfits and his own stuff. I really like Danzig, the band. Mother is such a good fucking song.
So I checked
Mm.
here, and YouTube Music is not giving me a Wrapped, probably
No,
because I
probably
just
because.
listened to it on YouTube.
But that's where I
But
listen
it
to
is
the
giving
music that were
me
there. Rap.
a replay mix,
A replay
right?
mix. That's the Wrapped.
Okay. So we got a couple of good names here. We got like Marilyn Manson, but specifically
Hold
one
on, you
song of
can link
his
it
that
to
I
me and I
play
can
over and over.
you can link it to me and I can put it on screen.
Give me a share button here.
It should
What
do.
do I
It's
say?
it's
Save,
YouTube,
save the
so
playlist.
uh, I don't know.
Let's see. We just do that, and sure, we'll make it public, and then share.
Ding 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 ding.
God, there.
Didn't mean to show my Steam on screen. Makes it from. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's see. Is this what I was thinking it was? Uh, replay mix. This isn't exactly what I was thinking, but this works. This does the thing.
This is
This
more
is this
like
is
I'm looking
essentially what
through
it
it.
is.
This is more or less like somewhat accurate.
Mm-hmm.
We got like Lauren O'Connell here. We got like Vumpsquid, Apocalyptica, Korn, Röyksopp, Amanda Palmer, Janis Joplin, Moloko, Trapped, Seether, Bush, Chris Cornell, Feindflug, Cyclone 9, Grendel, Ministry, Combi
I
Christ.
love
Combi
Ministry.
Christ. I think that you would absolutely love Combi Christ.
Where's Com? Oh, there it is. Combi Christ.
I think
I'll have
you'd
to give
like
him a
Combi
listen to
Christ.
after after we record. Because I obviously can't play any of this.
Yeah, no, we get taken down immediately.
We'd be
But did you
nuked.
know you can play Seizure of Power?
Is it because is
It doesn't
Seizure?
get it doesn't get whacked.
Is it because of their record label?
I don't know if it's because of the record label or because it was part of it's it was made specifically for the Resident Evil movie.
Oh, okay. So that's this one up here. Seizure of Power. Okay, Seizure of Power. When you said Seizure of Power for a minute, I thought it was a band.
No, no, it's a like it doesn't like Manson doesn't sing in it. It's a completely industrial
Okay, so
song
then
from
yeah,
Manson.
we could probably get away with that if we wanted to. There's a record label out there. I forget who they are, who have all their music up, and you're allowed to just play it without any issue. I think you told me about that.
I think so. I have forgotten since then though.
Yeah, maybe it was
But
recorded on a
I
podcast.
think
Who knows?
a lot of I think a lot of industrial bands don't have like
Uh,
the same restrictions because a lot of industrial bands like they don't make it into what we call the mainstream.
yeah, and the biggest one that did was Trent Reznor.
Yeah, Nine Inch Nails is possibly the most between Reznor and actually as far as pure industrial goes, like Reznor is going to be the biggest one of
Yeah,
them ever.
yeah,
Like
because
he
Ramstein is
he
industrial
made
metal.
yeah, Rammstein is much more industrial metal, but and Manson is something else completely.
Manson's a predator.
He's a horrible human
Predator
being.
metal.
I really like Seizure of Power.
He doesn't say in it, so it's okay. He may as well have not made it.
It even samples from the Resident Evil movie.
uh,
Corn. There's
yeah.
Ionia, you won't. There's Roixop, which is not industrial. It is. Oh God, how do I even? It's like one of those Northern European groups, like they're like
Black metal?
Swedish or Norwegian or something. No, like dance music, like um electronic music.
EDM?
Not
Well, that's
really.
electronic dance music.
Like it
Techno?
I know, but it's yeah, like maybe more leaning towards tech. It's more experimental sounds like Fever Ray.
Hmm.
You know Fever Ray.
I've heard the name.
They did the theme song for Vikings.
Oh, okay.
If I Had a
Oh,
Heart.
is it like synth?
Like yeah, like a lot
Synth.
of synth.
Okay,
A lot of synth.
okay.
Yeah.
That's the
So
word I
that's
think.
like what Royksop is.
Okay.
People need
Because
to know who Amanda Palmer is, and if you don't, look her up
Amanda
immediately.
Palmer is right.
Moloko is like just vibey dance music.
Yeah, I think here's the thing. You like dance music, because you like to dance to it. I like it because it makes my brain thumpy thumpy. Makes my brain go boom 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 boom.
The thing is that in the way I receive it, like I know what the genre is, but like a band like Moloko, I don't listen to for it being like dance music. I listen to it because of the interesting sort of musicality they use. They don't sound like anyone else. They are not comparative to other bands or groups you know.
Right.
You know, same with Roixop or Fever Ray, or like they have invented their own kind of sound, and I really like that creativity.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'd totally like see that as the part of the appeal for industrial because I find myself with a lot of music. I play my playlist on shuffle, and most of the time I'm able to know exactly what band it is. Maybe not the exact song, but I'm most of the time able to get the band down. But I feel with industrial, there's never any um like uh like moment of like, oh, is that who it is? It's always like, oh yeah, that is going to be that band because that is what that band sounds like. I think you should listen to Death Grips.
Death Grips.
It's industrial mixed with rap. But like
Oh, and Seri showed me.
Death Grips is really
Doesn't
fucking
vibe.
good. Doesn't vibe?
Doesn't vibe.
I love Death Grips. At least
I don't think
try
it's
out
bad.
Money Store.
I don't
Just
think it's
listen to their first album because their first album is one of the best albums I think ever made. Money Store.
okay. Money Store.
It is really good. I'm sure there's
It's really
at least
cool.
one song in there that'll like catch you.
Possibly, because I
It's good.
mean, there's a couple here that I'm just like I don't really know these bands all that well. Like Grendel
Mhm.
is a band I don't really know all that well, but apparently like a couple of their songs is just on
Yeah,
my
I mean I
repeat.
have a couple of those. Like I saw there was Dry Kill Logic on there. I've been meaning to listen to more of that stuff, but it's just like Rot is so good that I don't want to be like, well, the rest of it sucks.
And like Feindflug is another band. Like I wouldn't consider myself like a fan of them, but there's a couple of their songs that I like. It's just Feindflug is also really uncomfortable to listen to sometimes because it is very clear that they're a fan of certain German histories.
Oh no. It's like
Yeah.
me listening to Slayer and being like, oh, I wonder how many of the fans here are like not good people at
I
all.
think the most I think the better example there is Pantera.
Oh, for sure, but I don't listen to Pantera.
I
So
do though. I
I
do
don't.
like me some Pantera. But
I don't.
mostly I'm a fan more of like Dimebag Darrell
That's
than
yeah, it's Dimebag Daryl.
like that's what
I
I
just
like
I just
Pantera
never got
for.
into Pantera, and my first exposure to Pantera was my first exposure to Pantera was them being racist. So like I don't have like a connection to Pantera that I feel like I have an obligation like that. Like I didn't listen to Pantera, and then I saw that they were bad people. It was the other way around. So I saw they were bad people, and
Uh,
I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna listen to them. So I don't have like a fucking like that. For me, that was like the closest was when for a bit I was listening to Burzum a lot because they
oh,
sounded good, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm gonna Google who they are, and then I saw that's how I learned what Varric Vikernes was, and I was like,
it's like
oh
it's like being
no.
a fan of Gall.
It's like being a fan of of a Nazi and not really like, man, this guy, he's really saying cool stuff here about like getting jobs back, and then it's like, here's the surprise.
Surprise.
Surprise. Varg Vikernes. God, that's a he's a fucking shit piece of shit. Ugh. uh, well,
No, it's bad.
yeah. Well, we've gone for an hour and a half, which is an hour longer than we kind of planned on it, but I'm happy we did
Hey, the
that.
sound worked. The
It's
sound
good.
worked.
The
Like we'll
sound
be
worked.
back to regular programming next week.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, but I think today was pretty chill. Pretty chill. I always love the music discussions.
Oh, I love getting
Music
into it.
discussions, brief politicking, and like my autism. It's a pretty chill day. Later tonight, Marvel Rivals comes out. I'm gonna stream it, like opening like sessions of it. I'm excited
I
for it.
can't really like
You can watch.
jump on stream much or
Oh, cause like sleepies.
like. I mean, I was up at like 7 this morning. It's now
Yeah,
10.
it's okay. I'll have
My sleep schedule
I'll
the
upload it.
next few days are going to be like human times for me, so I am
Human.
going to miss out on a lot. I'm not
It's
going to be
okay.
online as much.
It's okay. I'd rather you have healthy habits than
I
uh
gotta feed the
not.
animals at certain times. I gotta take them out to like shit and piss in the yard
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
of course, of course. Well, tomorrow morning I'm gonna stream, so maybe you can catch that one.
Well, I mean, if you start your stream at midnight,
Well, I mean, like morning for me would be like 12, 11. So that's like plus 7. That's like nighttime for you. It's like 7 p.m. Like 6 to 7 is when
yeah.
I start for you. So like that's like a nice time to catch a stream, I think.
But what am I gonna watch it on?
Your phone, your laptop, TV.
My phone's battery dies in like 40 minutes if I watch
Do
Twitch.
you have a charger?
I do.
You just plug it in.
I don't. Look, my phone is last life here. Charge while use is not good for your devices.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, but you're going to get a new phone at some point. I don't have that luxury. This phone fucked, this phone gone, I lose contact.
Right. Okay. So can the TV get it?
I can't
No.
download it on their
That's true.
stuff.
You delete it afterwards if you remember.
Remember, I've still got things that they don't know.
Right. Right. Well,
Roy.
right. Well, that's
On
okay.
that note,
That's okay. What if what if I was like, oh, that's okay, and you hear me just punch a hole through the wall?
I don't know, that's indications of like much deeper issues, I think.
Like throw my computer out a window. uh well, thank you to everyone who tuned in today. Uh yeah, like we said, back to the regular operations next week. Not that it is not that like today wasn't really like business as usual.
No, it's just the audio that's a little scuffed and the
Yeah.
fact that we got like a different screen share and
I also I think I realized what the mic issue was for me not you not hearing me. It wasn't Wi-Fi. It's because I'm talking quieter than I normally do. Because
Discord's not picking it up.
my mic isn't picking it up. Because it's not being picked up on OBS either.
Oh well, then that's an audio issue that you're gonna have to deal with in editing.
I'm just raising my gain. Hopefully that's not an issue. I mean, I raised the gain and now I'm consistently in the yellow. It only cut out whenever it cut out. I repeated myself anyway, so because I was seeing it was cutting out.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you for watching.
Thank
Remember
you.
to follow me on the street if you see me. Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
All right. Bye,
I'm seeing
everyone.
all these channels do this, so like, why not, right?
Yeah. Have a good day, everyone. Bye bye.